to say, you know what? Once you stop looking, that's when God is gonna bring him to you.
Yeah, a man that find a wife find a good thing and
Yeah.
obtains favor with the Lord when he find you. Yeah.
I was like praying for someone that can love me with my flaws because I didn't love my flaws. So how can I love somebody else if I don't love myself as much
Right.
as
That's
yeah.
good. Hello, let's talk about it, podcast listeners. Listen, if you're watching the video, if you're listening online while you're on your way to work, while you're driving, thank you for rocking out. Thank you for the new followers that are a part of this community as we share about life, love, marriage, ministry, and money. Listen, today's podcast, you do not want to miss it. I have a special guest that is near and dear to my heart, my soul, and all of that. And she's going to be sharing some information. So rock out with us, get your pen and piece of paper, or just drive on your way to work, listening, or wherever you are watching, listening to us. Let's get ready to chop it up. Today, we're going to be talking about life. Life. We always talk about different things, and today we're going to be talking about life. So let's talk about it. Here we go. Let's grow.
We're learning life, embracing love, managing marriage, maneuvering in ministry, and managing money. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast.
Hi.
Hello.
My special guest is none other than my baby. What's
Hi,
up,
everybody.
So tell them your name. Tell them a little bit about yourself. For those that are listening and rocking out, this is our oldest baby, my firstborn, our first baby. So kind of tell them a little bit about yourself, Kiana, who you are, all of that.
So my name is Kiana. I don't know which last name to say. Right now, my name is Kiana Harden, but soon to be Kiana Denson. I'm currently a senior in college, and as well as I'm graduating next. Well, this coming up May, which I'm so excited about. Um, Another fun fact about me is that I am their oldest kid. So yeah, that's
Yep.
really
So we're gonna deep dive in as y'all caught it. She said her name is about to change. That is the reason for this podcast. I've done one with Alana, and it was very, very good. And I know this one is gonna be even better because you kind of get to know our seeds, right? They get a chance to listen to our seeds and listen to them. And I will say, if I can be very transparent, I'm not okay. I'm not okay because my baby, when you listen to this, she's going to already be married.
yeah.
Oh my God. Kiana's
Tomorrow.
getting married. Like, yeah, tomorrow. Like, yeah. So let's kind of explain it because I know people like, wait a minute, I wasn't invited.
Yeah.
It's a small wedding first, private. She's doing like her mama and daddy did. We had a private wedding. And then we had a big wedding for everybody else because we wanted to do it in the eyes of God and do it the right way. And my baby want to do the same thing. And she's getting married the same month her mom and daddy married. Isn't that a coincidence?
Which was not planned at all.
Right. Was not playing like that at all. So talk to me, Key. How does it feel? You are about to change your name, which your daddy did not want to happen. How does it feel that you are about to get married? So first of all, she's 22 now, 22 years old, and she is getting married. And I know some may say, oh, that's young. But me and her daddy got married 24 years ago when we were 20. And we
Yeah.
are now, still together. And it's working out. And I believe you got a good example. And we also did your wedding advisory. We were advising and counselors for your wedding. I wouldn't say counselors because we're not, but advisors for your wedding. So let's talk, Key. My baby's married.
So the first thing I want to touch on is that people are questioning about how I'm doing. Well, how about me and him are doing two weddings. And I feel as if it's more so for the fact of one, I want to have a moment where it's just me and him having our one-on-one time with our family, because it's our family coming together as one. And I feel as if, like, I know that's out of the norm of a so-called how a wedding's supposed to be, but I feel as if with two weddings, you can have one moment with your family, basically building that connection, as well as like we've been together for like almost 2 years, and we've been going things the right way, which is basically I've been staying with my parents since forever. And I'm sorry for the background noise. This is dad. I'm sorry, he's losing my train of thought. But it's just the way that we went about it was the best way. And the one wedding is basically just our family celebrating and having our one-on-one moment, instead of having not the chaos, I want to call it. I want to call it as like the other people in the situation, because I feel as if just having our moment and then having another wedding where it's like everybody else better for me.
It's your wedding. You can do whatever you want to. I don't care what nobody say. Whatever you want to do, it is your wedding. You do it how you want to do it.
Yes. And that's the thing. I would invite a lot of people to the first one, but then it's like you might as well have the wedding, so I'd rather just be it like a family centered, like my core and his core.
I get that. So one of the things that we have not done yet, Kiana, we have not said his name. What is his name?
My husband's name is Markel Denson. That's my husband.
Oh my God, I'm not okay. I'm gonna be okay though. I'm gonna be okay. And I know people may say, like, why is she not okay? My baby is about to leave our house. Actually, in 24 hours, she is about to leave our home. And I'm just a wreck right now. Okay, we're gonna talk about that later. So my reason for doing this and doing this whole podcast is to inspire, empower, and encourage, right? One of the things that you did that we did not do, you're doing it God's way. And what I mean by that, I thank God, like, you're a virgin. Y'all are, getting together. Y'all been together for 2 years. You're trying to make sure that you do it God's way. We all make mistakes. We all mess up, whatever. But I'm proud of you for, saying that, Mama. And you made that decision. What made you make that decision of, first of all, okay, let's go all the way back. How did y'all meet? Let's go back there. I want this to be for 3 different people. I want it to be, number one, for that woman that is single, you know what I'm saying? And that may have, messed up and they're not a virgin, or they are, they're your age, a young adult, and they are a virgin and they're trying to wait, right? Then I want to speak to that person that is, waiting on their husband, on their Boaz, you know what I'm saying? On their Joshua to come to them, or however. And then I want to speak to, I want you to just inspire other young girls, because you've done something amazing. And I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to cry. But you've done something just, you've outseated your mother, which that's a mother's joy. That's a mother's, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes. I want y'all to do better. You went to college. Mama didn't go to college. Like, you're going to college. You're getting your education. You're doing all those things. So let's start here. How did you and him meet? How did y'all meet? And when did y'all meet?
So technically, I met him like a long time ago, because his mom basically, like, she was my dance teacher at the old church.
CRM.
And it's like, of course, CRM, but they're now they're called something.
City Cathedral. Yeah.
But she used to be my dance teacher. Like, I used to see him, but he never saw me. So remember that part. He never saw me. He never knew I existed. But again, we were young, and again, you can see with our age, like, it's not a big gap, but he was way older than me, and I was way younger. So of course,
give them the age, because we don't want them.
No, because I don't want people to think like, oh my God. But I'm 22 and he's I believe 22, 26, 25, 26, yeah. So I'm 22, he's 25, 26. And what's crazy, when I was a freshman, a senior in high school, I always thought, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna date somebody like older than me, or like at least 2 years younger than me. But I always see myself with somebody older than me because I feel as if back then the dudes that I used to talk to or the little boys I used to talk to, it didn't really go out well because I was more of the one of like I was controlling, not controlling to the point of toxic, but I was like, you know what, like it's okay, I can drive. It's okay, like they didn't have like it was just a whole
Right.
yeah, like basically I felt as if I was in control of the relationship, like I was wearing the pants in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I always thought I was gonna be with somebody older. But we met well, I met him at CRM. Over time, it was like a little kid crush. I was like, of course, he will never notice me because I was a little kid. So yeah. Then all of a sudden, it was the vacation, not vacation Bible school. It was like the back to school bash. I
Mm-hmm.
saw him in the crowd. Every single time I saw him in the crowd, during like church when we had the new Destiny, the new one. I was very nervous. I was like, "Oh, hopefully my voice hitting over today." Like, hopefully, like, but it was just those moments. I saw him. I didn't know if he's seen me yet, so I, yeah, it was more of my feelings started more to be not a crush anymore. Like, okay, I'm actually feeling him, but of course I can't do nothing about it because me and him never spoken before. And over time, again, like Thanksgiving break, um, I went to his mom and was like, you know what? Because I was waiting after that day, after I found out that he was feeling me too. That's one thing that I told him about is that my mom told me, like, he was like, yeah, he felt like, wait a minute. So of course, I waited for him because I was like, you know, I'm going to be patient. Because then the first time I didn't speak to him, so I was like, you know, now's my chance to shoot my shot. A couple months went by, he never showed up. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go speak to his mom and get like a little input to see if he's talking to somebody. If he's not, it's my time to shine. So
Just
I
yo,
went to his mom and then got his phone number. I know some people be like, why are you going to his mom? It's because he was not at the church, okay? I shot my shot and I did not miss, as you can see. Okay. So, because I'm a type of person, I never knew, like, yeah, so far, so on I shot my shot, I did not miss. And then after that, I texted him. Of course, I didn't get a text back that until that night because he was working. But I was shocked when he texted me because I was like, he's probably wondering why this little girl texted me. But again, because I didn't know how old he was during that time. I knew he was older, but I didn't know how older. So then over time, we texted each other. And I was so used to we gonna text and flirt and nothing's gonna happen. But I was like, you know what? I actually want something out of this because I was done with the games. I was done with the imagination of, oh yeah, we're gonna go out and hang out. And then it never happened. And
right.
then I felt like I learned my lesson when, for example, one person like he talked to my dad over the phone and then nothing happened afterwards. He blocked me and I was like, oh, so
Yeah,
now
'cause your daddy don't play. Yeah,
yeah.
they don't know
I
your
was
dad.
like, now since I actually put you up to play, you don't want to stand up for it? Okay. All
Right.
right.
Yeah.
But and after that I was like, you know, I'm done because I put myself in these predicaments of getting hurt. And it's like I know I'm gonna get hurt, but you know, it's like at least that person can fill that void of being alone. So then I what happened?
I want to say this because because I'm old school, so I'm like
Mhm.
a man that findeth a wife, find a good thing, right? And
Yes.
and I know it's different now because you said one thing. You said you shot your shot, and it was. And I want this to be clear to every person that's listening: is that he came and I remember him coming to the church and we was talking on the stage. It was one of those days, us as a family.
Yeah.
Y'all were having a conversation, and then y'all had the back to school thing afterwards. And then he came back to the church. He left and came back. And I kept watching him like, what are you doing here, sir? Why are you back?
And he
And
told me about
I
that.
think he watched you. And I was like, and I told your daddy, I said, I think he's trying to holler at my baby. Why is he back? Long story short is that that's what made you shoot your shot. It was because
Yes.
you knew that there was an inkling of a moment that that may have been said wrong, but that was a moment that he wanted you, which made you shoot your shot. Y'all are now talking on the phone. Now you go out and you're on your first date. Versus, and my baby has been on other dates before. I know people be thinking preacher kids don't like the
For
preaching.
real. And that's the thing. I feel like that would also put me through the trenches back then. It's because I felt as if people were scared to be with the pastor kid, not knowing what they would get into. Because I feel like being a pastor kid, there's a question mark over our heads. Like, is she one of those? If
Yeah.
I date her, do I have to be a preacher? If I date her, am I the center of the church? If I'm like date her, like I'm like, we just regular people. There's nothing.
We need
It's
to do
just
a whole segment on pastor kids because the stuff
because
y'all go through, I feel so sorry for y'all. I
it's
do.
like they put their like when I dated people that were in the church, they put their like toes in the water and was like, you know what, let me just try it out. And then once they see my dad in the picture, they're like, you know what, I'm done. So
It was over. And I think you only dated another guy for a long time that was in our church. You didn't date nobody else in the church but him. So did you?
no,
Oh,
no,
never mind. We ain't gonna talk about that.
we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna
Okay.
talk about that.
Okay, I forgot you did too.
Yeah,
But all you do is go to church. So that's one thing with
yeah.
pastor
Like
kids too.
I
Because
know I
you
was
go
gonna
to
find
church
my
a lot.
husband in the church. I just didn't know when, and I just
Wait,
knew.
say that again.
I knew I was gonna find my husband in the church because
Okay.
I'm in the church 24/7. I didn't know when, I didn't know why, I didn't know how, but because like I just knew I would. Because I feel like if God forgive me, no, not don't God forgive me. This is a true statement. If God's not like either, I understand there's people still struggling to find that relationship. Because I mean, I'm still learning God. I'm still trying to build that relationship with God. But
Mhm.
if you don't have God in your mind or in your plan, then I'm like, no, because then it's going to be a conflict between you and me, and then that conflict is going to lead to our kids, and then their kids, and that's all. Like,
Yeah.
no,
So you got to have God as your foundation, whoever you was
yes,
with.
ma'am. At
Got
least your starting point to where we can work up together to build that closer bond in the relationship. And
yeah.
that's one thing I knew Markel Denson was the one. But it's because the first date,
Okay.
like he opened the door for me. And that never happened before. And then I was like, well, what you doing? We ain't finna, yeah. What you doing? This is
Right.
nothing, this is something that's weird. And then he paid for our date. And that price was high.
Wait, time out. So other guys you would go to date with, they didn't.
No, mama.
So the struggle is not just my age group, but also y'all. So the jokers one pay. So now you get somebody paying. Okay.
And then
Wait.
he
And
had
they
his
messed
own,
you up.
like he had his own house, like he had his own plan. And I was like, wait a minute, like I don't have to drive you. You coming in to pick me up. What you know about that? Like
Yeah.
just seeing those small things of like he showed me how a man is supposed to be in a relationship. He showed me that I don't have to be in control all the time. And he showed me the piece of being out of control. And I was like, I love this man.
I love it.
But and then it was the way like over time he wanted to put God in the center of our relationship, and that amazed the heck out of me because
Wow.
most of the time in relationship I never mentioned God because I was like, I'm already a pastor kid, so if I put God in the situation they're gonna think, oh wow. So it was like I was ashamed to say God, which was horrible. And
Mhm.
that's why I feel like God took a time to say, you know, Kiana, I'm gonna give you a couple years by yourself so you can prepare yourself for the one
Yeah.
instead of trying to be like what is it called? Like when you have something in your
A
face?
mask.
Not a mask, but like it's like blocking you.
Gotcha.
Like basically being distracted from what you're supposed to be. So
Gotcha.
that's why I feel like God gave me a moment to say, let's prepare for what's supposed to be better for you. So,
Yeah.
but it's like at night, he always be like, "Can let's pray?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." And then we used to read the Bible, and I mean, I'm excited because I know like when we do move in together, we're going to be doing that more and more and more. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So y'all started reading the Bible together. You kind of knew, okay, this is, I remember when he came down here and you were sick. And
Yes.
he lived in the Woodlands, and we live in Point Blank, y'all. For those of you that is not in our area, that's almost like an hour away. Okay.
That's not almost, that's an hour and 15 minutes away. I told him, I said, Markel Denson, I'm not wasting my gas money if you ain't about it.
Okay, baby. Well, he came here, and this girl was sick, and he came and brought my baby a heating pad and
He
something
bought
else.
me ice cream. He bought me whatchamacallit. And that's the thing, he doesn't like ice cream. So that's another thing that I was like, oh, you bought me ice cream? He bought me, I think, some chicken noodle soup. And he literally laid in bed with me and just like made sure I was good. And I was so surprised. I was
Wait, you
like,
just
oh,
messed up people. Wait a minute. Laid in bed at the pastor's house. Yes,
yeah.
well, I want people to know because we allow we've been letting y'all date since y'all was 13. And
Yeah.
Simone, like really, Simone, shout out to her, Simone McClendon.
That's my girl.
Love her. This her birthday month, by the way, December. We love you, Simone. One of the things that Simone taught us when y'all were younger, she was like, she told your daddy, she said, either you allow her to date or she just date behind your back. And that messed up daddy. And we allowed you guys, like, you could date as long as it was in, there was rules and regulations.
Yeah.
But you guys could date at the age of 13, and have, boyfriends and all that stuff. So I say that to say also when you were 19, 20, you were allowed to have your boyfriends come over and go in the room with you as long as it was appropriate. And he was the only one. Only person that daddy let go that far.
It's because I respect what my dad has done for me. It's like, yes, he was like protective, but he let his space open of, okay, Kiana, I'm gonna let you handle the rest. Cause it's like as soon as a guy walked in my like life, and then I was like, you know what, okay, let's try to go to the next step. And then as soon as we got to the next step, which is coming to my house, it was like, you know what, I'm good. Or meeting my dad, it's like, you know what, I'm good. But with Markel, he met my dad. And then, of course, my dad knew him for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when he came here, I was shocked that my dad let him step into the household because the fact of how my dad is, he's like, I'm going to get a feel around him. But if I feel like he's not like worth letting into my household, then he's not worth letting to date my daughter. Right. So then once like I feel like what also caught my dad off guard is how protective Markel was about me, and then how he was like taking care of me, which was amazing. Like I love this man. I love me.
Oh my God.
But just seeing how like again, Markel did not just walk into the house and then say, I'm gonna go to your daughter's room. No, he was a gentleman. He respected me. Yes. He respected my family. And he said, can I or may I go to your daughter's room? Yeah. And that's how we were able to lay in bed together, okay?
Right. Get that clear. I want to say this because, a lot of people may not understand. And I want you to kind of talk to the parents for a minute. Allowing, their children today, even if it's a teenager, young adult, whoever, allowing them, not young adult, I hope they let their young adult, but kind of talk about that, like Dad and I, when it comes to you guys' relationship, you and Markel, like how is that when it comes to that?
So the first thing is when it came to me and Markel, my mom and dad was, of course, they knew him. So that's the thing about it. I feel like me and him had some type of luck because our parents already knew each other. But it's still, again, like they didn't know them. They didn't, how can I explain? They didn't know us to the point that, okay, we can let you in our household and just chill for a little bit. They knew him because, that's her son. That was it. They didn't know who he was. They didn't know how he was as a person. They just knew that. But I feel like as a parent, this is me being honest. If you don't allow your like child or kid or young adult to at least have that type of, okay, you can date him, but like I feel like if a parent's saying, no, the daughter or the son is gonna be like, you know what, I don't care. I feel like it's different for girls though. I feel like it's really
Right, it
different for
is.
girls.
I hate to
Because
say, but it is.
boys, they can date and have the time of their life, but girls, it's like we have more protection because we are women and more stuff happens to us. But I feel like as a parent, you have to create a space of allowing your child to see the world. If you don't allow your child to see the world, they're gonna find a way to look at the world and do things that they're not supposed to be doing. So that's why I feel like if you create that safe space, it's like, okay, now I know that I can date such and such. But now, like, just being able to know that my parents are okay with this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make it make sense, but
Yeah, I know you make it make
just
sense
creating
because
that space.
yeah, it's creating that space too. And I think too, the space of us trusting you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now you done some stuff. We didn't all, we all fall short. Okay, look, she like, wait. But my thing is you done went to some parties, you done made some mistakes, and what I mean by that, you done some things to where we
Yes.
found out later, but you told us. We
Yep.
created a space for you to come and tell us that, I smoked a little bit, mama. I drunk a little bit.
Let's say this. I trust my parents so much that I called them on my cousin phone, have like not have drunk,
No, you
drunk
was
all the way.
all the way
I was
drunk.
all the way drunk, saying, "Mama, forgive me."
Wait a
I'm
minute, the
sorry.
pastor kid is drunk. Yes, she was
Yes,
sloppy drunk.
that
Sloppy drunk talking about, Mama, I love you.
I'm
Mama,
sorry,
I'm
Mama.
so
I
sorry.
didn't mean
I
to.
should have never drunk. I don't know. Baby, because here's the thing I found out that we don't have to put a leash around your neck. God will be the one, and I bet you ain't gonna drink again like that ever. Now I ain't
Not
gonna say
like
you ain't gonna never do
that.
it. Just between you and the Lord. But I
Yes,
just
sir.
know you ain't gonna do that no more. You were so terrified, and
Yeah,
God ate you up enough that we didn't have to. And you
because
were out of school, you were in college. You have to experience that, and I think people don't realize that Pastor Keys go through that. And this was before Markel,
yes,
so
before this was before Mark Hill, way before. Okay, let's get that clear.
so you went through your journey of, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Even here at the house, and I would try to push y'all to go. And one of the things that I love about it, Kiana, is that you are still in our home and we are not leaving on bad terms. I'm not gonna cry. You're doing it the right way, babe. And I'm so proud of you for that. Like we're not, it's not like most people leave at your age and it's because they didn't got into it because two grown people can't stay in the house. That's what I'm saying. I believe you can stay in the house if there's respect. And
yeah,
you've done that. You've respected us. We've had our moments, but you have respected us up until this point, and I believe it's going to continue. And I know you got to have your own life. You got to do your own thing. Um, and I know you have to walk into this new journey for your life. And so I want to know, how does it feel that you are now about to graduate college as a teacher? Whoop, whoop, and she passed her test. I'm so proud of you.
that
Passed
was
the test.
horrible.
And so you're now walking into, what is your degree again?
Education EC through 6.
And then on top of that, you are about to get married in like 24 hours. Okay.
Yes.
So, what would you tell that person that is seeking a relationship? What would you tell them red flags when it comes down to finding, looking for, or because you have to go places to find your man, right? You can't just
Yeah.
sit in your house and expect. Because I think that was your thing too. I was like, Kiana, y'all need to go somewhere. If you want something, you can't just sit up in this house. You got to go to different places to go see men.
I would say the first thing is because I remember after that I started to go out and I even got a dating app. It was that.
Let's
It was
talk
that
about
bad.
that. Because people
Yeah.
don't want to talk about that. Them dating apps. Talk
Yeah.
about it.
The dating apps for me was more of this was before Markel. Okay, let's get that clear too. This was like
Mm-hmm.
way before. But the dating apps for me was basically be okay because yeah, for me, I was flirting a lot. I tend to flirt. Like I used to flirt like a sailor. I'd be like, because I got that. It's in our blood. It's in our
Yeah,
genes.
it's your dad and you get that, yeah.
No, it's from your genes, mama. But okay.
You're right. You're right.
But basically, like I used to flirt like no other. I talked so much like, oh okay. Like I used to have that flirtatious voice, but then as soon as they were like, well, let me pull up. Oh, block next person.
Right.
And it was that sad because then I got bored. And then whenever I got bored, I moved to the next person. Like I only talked up a storm. Like I used to FaceTime them, talk to them on the phone until they got to the point of, oh, let's do something. I knew where your mind is going. You wanna, yeah, and nobody going
So,
downstairs.
right.
Nobody. So I was like, I'm not finna go. I'm not that desperate.
Right.
So,
Right.
but it's still not good though. So then over time, I had to learn that okay, I'm getting bored, and me getting bored is leading me to staying up at night crying because I feel lonely. And I was like, you know what, I gotta be done. And a year before I met Markel, like a year or two before I met Markel, I deleted the app, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready to find something serious. I was like praying for someone that can love me with my flaws because I didn't love my flaws. So how can I love somebody else if I don't love myself as much
Right.
as
That's
yeah,
good.
they love me? So
Right.
I had to take a time to reflect on who I was because I felt as if being so lonely, I was putting my worth into other people. I felt as if like, you know what? I don't look good today, but if such and such say I look good today, then I look good today, which
Right.
is not okay. I need to be able to look at myself and be like, girl, you look like right now, girl, I look good. Look
Right.
good. Like, you got to be able to say that to yourself. And I felt like I couldn't say that to myself unless another dude told me that. And I felt like I wasn't respecting myself because I put my whole Kiana and Tonya Harden into their hands. When one, I barely know this person. So, yeah. And then I feel as if taking a time, I understand people be like, why always take time for myself? No, actually looking in yourself in the mirror and be like, what is wrong with me? Why can I not learn to be like okay to just be chilling by myself? And I
Yeah.
feel like I had to learn that. And then because I felt like I had to depend on another person to have fun. Like
That's
whether
good.
it's not even just relationship, like friends, family, like I was like on my birthdays, I used to be so lonely because I'm like, I need other people to have fun until I actually had to learn, well, it's okay to just be chilling at the house and being okay to be by yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like until God, because that's the thing about me and Markel, it's like I wanted to talk to him that day he came back because I was like, he came back. Let me see what's up.
Oh yeah, he came back to the church. We hadn't
He
seen him
came
in
back.
film. He came back.
I
Yeah.
was like,
He
what you
back.
want here? But we walked past by each other and I didn't say anything because something was telling me not right now.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And even like trying to wait for him to come to church, I felt this talking to his mom. Someone was telling me like, go, this is your moment. And that was God saying like, girl, you ready now? Like, come on, now I'm trying to put you up to the finish line. This is where you about to get, really in the trenches. And because he taught me when I said I love you to him, I meant it. Because I never, of course, I said in the past, it's because they said it to me, but I never said it first. And when I said it to him, I was like, I love you because I trust you with my heart. You're teaching me how to basically love myself even more. Because I loved myself during that time. Because, of course, I didn't just jump into a relationship, but
Right.
I had standards. Like, if I knew, because on our first, like, second date, I told him, like, hey, are you trying to build a relationship with this? I was being more standing on business because I'm like, I'm not going to just be talking to you and driving this many mileage for
Right.
nothing. I'm not
They
finna
don't play about her gas. She don't play about her gas.
not do that. Because I'm like, I'm not finna. No, we're just not doing that.
So you would say you had to really find yourself first
Hmm.
before really making starting
A
something.
commitment.
You had a commitment to him. So you started with yourself first. I think that's very very important that you had to find you. I had to do the same thing before me and dad got together. I had to find me first. And I think that's very important to every person that's listening, to make sure you find you first, and then you find you, and God will send the man.
Mm-hmm.
He will send him. He will have him come. So now that he's came, now that he's there, how does it feel 2 years later? Y'all know y'all have a history together. Y'all done grown together. He done been over here. He done been to the house, all that great stuff. And we are now, getting comfortable with him. He has spent time with dad. He even works in the business with Harden Enterprise. He has worked with daddy, all that great stuff. But now, how does it feel, Key, that you're getting, I know I've asked this question, but how does it feel now that you are about to get married in 24 hours? How do you feel?
People ask me, that's the thing, people ask me that a lot. Because I'm gonna be honest, if you would have asked me this question probably during 2020, my freshman year of college, I would have laughed at your face. Like, me? Really? Married? No. But just looking at it now, it still surprises me that I found a person that loves me for me, that loves my goofy moments, that loves to put up with my stubbornness, a person to not just, when we argue, we don't argue against one another. We argue to fight for the relationship. And I never learned to communicate it until I met him, because I felt as if once we got in, we're not agreeing on something, I was like, I'm done. I quit. I give up. And which was not okay. But he taught me to communicate. Like, not even him. Like, we're teaching each other stuff that we never knew that we needed in our life. Like, of course, people always be like, Kenny, you're too nice. And with him, he's like, tell him what's up, or I will. Like, he stands up for me. Like, he's the man that I prayed for. And watch what you pray for now. For
Okay.
real, like that part.
Right.
At first, I said, God, please bring me a man. And he brought me any type of man. Until I got actually focusing on who I like. Kiana, what do I want in a man? What do I need in a man that I don't see in anybody else? And that's Markel Denson. Everything about him, is the man that I want and I need. If I don't see a family, like with him, I see a family. I see us doing more than just being the Denson family, but just doing more in our life, not for us, for our kids, for our family. And I feel like if I can't stand, that's one part there. If I feel like I can't stand by your side against our family, then I can't be with you. Because
I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah.
No, it's the truth, though.
You your mama. We're gonna stand on 10 toes, 20 toes together.
Because think about it. If if there's something that my parents do that you don't like, or if there's something that your family do that I don't like, it's like, and I know you can't stand up with me, then it's like, why we getting married? And that's how I feel with Markel, my man. I feel like with him, I'm like, we're going to stand 10 toes by each other no matter what.
Believe me, we know, baby. Believe me, we know. We learn not to get in the middle of it. I mind my business when it comes to y'all, unless you come to me. And I think that's what I'm learning. This is new for me. Excuse me. This is new for me. And by this being new for me, we're going to learn as we go with me and you. We're going to learn together as we go. But you a lot like your mama, baby. I ride for Bishop Clyde Harden Jr. You better not come against him. Baby, you come against him, you come against us. And that is how you are. You are so. But I remember one time I was like, oh my God, this is my kid. She is like her mama. So I want to say this. What would you say to that person that is listening on the power of waiting? What would you say to that person? And then we're going to close it out. What would you say to that person? The power of waiting.
I would say to that person, it's not put a time frame on it. Because if you put a time frame on it, God's going to make it longer. And don't expect, because I feel like us women nowadays, we're like, okay, we're going to give ourselves a year. We're going to if 2025 doesn't happen, then we're going to plan. Because that's what I did. I was like, if I don't find a relationship, okay, stop finding. That's the thing. Stop finding for it. If you're trying to look for it, you're never going to find it. And it's like, take the time to say, you know what? Once you stop looking, that's when that's when God is going to bring him to you.
Yeah, a man that find a wife find a good thing and
Yeah.
obtains favor with the Lord when he find you. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's not even that I shot my shot first. It's the fact of during those times of me not looking for it, he told like Markel told me things that I was like, I never realized that you saw me up there. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know you was feeling me because I wasn't looking for it. And I felt as if after I took that time to myself, you like, you know what, I'm chilling right now. Like actually I'm done trying to please other people. I'm done trying to entertain people just for a moment. I'm trying to look for something that's not just for a moment but for a lifetime.
I love
And
it.
I feel like if you don't put a time frame on it, if you actually sit there and say, what do I want in a person, and actually focus on what you're doing now, because I had to stop and focus on school. I had to stop and focus on making a plan after school, but it's more of that too. So it's like, stop looking for it and let it come to you. And I feel like I had to, because I feel like what people are probably saying, like, but you went to his mom. Yes, I did, but that's because I felt something telling me go now. You
Yeah.
got to wait for that go now. If that person come to you, they come to you. But if God said get your butt up and go talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. But just
Right.
wait for it.
Right. What would you say also to, that person that's getting married or that person that is seeking out a relationship, the importance of the foundation of having God? I think we kind of talked about that, but I know one of the things was that you wanted to make sure y'all are in church together, y'all are doing things together, all of that great stuff, and making sure y'all have God as the foundation.
The reason for that is because if not, then you're gonna be up on a Sunday morning and your kid. I think more of a future wise. Like of course, you and him can be like, oh, let's compromise. But then if he's not going to church, or if the other significant other is not going to church, I'm gonna say for if he doesn't go to church, then it's like, okay, I'm going to church by myself. And if Markel Dents is going to church, like he gonna come to church with me. Let me just make that clear. My man's gonna, yeah, we good on that. We good on our part. I'm just using us as an example. That's it.
Right.
But if, for example, if he doesn't go to church, like he's like, you know what, I don't want God in my life, but you can have God in your life. That's really, really rocky. The reason why I'm saying that is because you can go to church by yourself, Miss Girl, and you look good as heck. And there's other men looking at you by yourself. They know you probably got a husband, but at the end of the day, they're probably looking at you, and you're probably gonna find a person that meets that quality that you want in a man that your man at home is missing, which is not okay, which creates chaos.
Right.
And as well as not only that, it breaks the relationship. You are having your own thing that he's not a part of, which is creating that separation from one another as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. And then it's like, while again, he doesn't have that quality that you want in a man, but you're like, I'm gonna put up with it. So, like I said, another man in the church probably has that quality. Basically, that all comes
Right.
together. And
Right.
then for future wise, for kids, say one Sunday, you're like, okay, honey, I'm going to church, what you call it, and all of a sudden the kids are like, Mom, I don't want to go. And then you're like, but we're going to go. But dad's not going. Why? Like, it's just going to create a whole argument there. And then it's like your kids are coming with you, but the husband's not there.
Yeah.
And then you have the kids talk about, but I don't want to go. And then that creates that separation in the family.
Right.
And then that leads off into their kids and then their future kids and then your grand. It just creates a conflict not only in your household but in your bloodline households.
Come on, in your generation.
Yes, in
That
your
part.
generation.
So basically, you're saying you're gonna stay at church with us. You're not gonna go, unless y'all decide to go to another church.
Yes, ma'am. Like,
Got it.
didn't we just talk about this?
I know, but they don't know. I wanted the people to know. But I
Yes,
love the fact
ma'am.
that you still serve in church. You serve in the youth ministry. You serve in the church, and I think it's very important the importance of serving together. and coming together and making it happen. My baby, Tonya Harden,
Dancing.
that is about to be a dancing. Is about to be
Yes,
married in 24 hours.
yep.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the young woman that you're turning into. I'm so proud of the legacy that you're about to build with you and your family, and hopefully y'all attach our legacy to it, to what we're building to. You know,
Yes, ma'am.
throw that out there. That if y'all decide to, but if not, Madison said she'll take over. But one of y'all will. But I want to say to you, man, I'm so proud of you. Proud of what you're doing. Keep it up. I might have to wear shades tomorrow.
This ain't no funeral.
Baby, it's gonna feel like it to me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm happy. I am so happy. It's just we're gonna miss you here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna miss the fact you lock the doors. We're gonna miss waking up every morning and you're right there. Good morning, Mama. Because she talks in the morning. I don't. She's a lot like Daddy. She want to have a whole conversation.
I feel
And
bad for Markel. He's not a morning person.
He's not a morning person. Yeah, me, Dad is a morning person. I'm not. But even your sisters, I know they're gonna miss you. I know we're gonna spend, have a little, something together on tomorrow. But I wanted to do this podcast to encourage, equip, and empower others that are in relationships. But most of all, to talk about, if you don't hear it from nobody else, you're gonna hear from this podcast that my baby then got married way before her wedding date. The wedding is June the 28th.
Yeah.
RSVP only.
Yeah, that part there. We don't do walk-ins here. I love everybody, but we don't do walk-ins.
Yeah, because Mom and Daddy, the Lord, we want to make sure that's right. But I'm so proud of you. You're already planning. You already got your bridesmaids. Do a shout out to your bridesmaids.
I want to give a shout out to my bridesmaids. Okay, so first, I want to say I love you, Alana, my maid of honor. You know you always going to be my maid of honor because you know maid of honor. And then I would like to give a shout out to Shanice, Marco's sister. I love you. That's crazy too. It's like I was real close with his sister growing up, and I always saw like she still to this day I see her as a role model. I want to say thank you for that too. I also want to give a shout out to Shantae, my sister from another. How would you say that, Mister? I love Shantae with all my heart. That's my cousin. I love her with my heart. She brought a blessing named loyalty in his family. That's one thing about it. Shantae has been a big sister. I want to give a shout out to Taylor Santrice. That's my cousin. The one that always be like, yo, Kiana, let's do it. And my road dog right there. She has been another big sister as well. Also to, oh my gosh, I love these girls, Kaya and Shania. My other cousins, I love them so much. Those two there, let's just say we made memories growing up as kids from dancing in the little living room area. That's the cousins that like we're best friends, we're sisters. Like if we stop talking for a minute, we still gonna be like, "What's up?
Right.
What's up? Like, how y'all doing?" Like those are my. I can't say babies because Shania older than me and Kai right behind me.
Right.
And then the reason why I chose those people to be my bridesmaids is because those people I see they're up there with me through everything. But I love everybody else. But those are my bridesmaids. I love y'all.
Yes, I love it. I know your cousin. I don't know if he's gonna be, but I'm excited because you've already. Jay is
in it. Yeah, I love Jay.
Yeah, Jay's gonna be in it. That's one of her cousins. That's my baby. He's just anyway. But we have, and I know it's other people that's gonna be in it as well.
Yes.
Is Loyalty in it? Is she a flower girl?
If she act right on that day,
you better not do that, my baby. Don't do that. But I know, Shanila
in London.
London gonna be. So I'm excited. I cannot wait. I love the colors of it. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful. Shout out to Dendra, who is going to be your coordinator.
Literally, I feel like because of her, she's gonna bring me peace. She's gonna be like, Kiana, this is your time to actually breathe and not worry about anything. So shout out to Miss Dendra.
Behind the scenes, yes. But and your daddy is marrying you. They not let me do nothing. They just said I can walk in, but I'm dancing. Somebody gonna let me dance. God dog it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna live dance or something.
Uncle Rachel's gonna be up there, and then Dad him go switch. to make it easier.
I'm gonna do that.
Uncle Sean's gonna be up there, but then him and Dad are gonna switch.
Yeah, when they get there. So Dad is married. Now this is the part that's going. Lord, this one I'm gonna need space right here. Because if he cry, I'm gonna be done.
I'm like tomorrow he's probably gonna tear up a little bit, but then the big one and that's when gonna be like
yeah. I'm excited. It's gonna happen. So y'all, Kiana, our oldest baby, is getting married and she's gonna make me a grandma. Yeah. I don't know if the baby gonna call me honey or TT. Yeah. I think it's gonna be TT.
All right. Next topic.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen later. So I'm gonna be a grandmother. I'm speaking it, Lord, into let me stop.
2026 maybe, but not 2025.
But I thank you, baby. I thank you for doing this with me. I thank you for shouting out with me. Any last words of encouragement to that person that's listening, and then we're gonna get off.
Just remember it's okay to not be okay. And then as well as your man is coming your way. Oh, bars. Thank you. But it's okay to not be okay, and your husband or wife is coming your way. That's all I gotta say. Oh, look at that, another bar. You see, okay.
Yeah, I came with this girl. So you tell them where they can find you at on social media, on your social media platforms. What can they find you, follow you, and all that great stuff? Because I'm pretty sure people gonna have questions. So
I deleted Snapchat because that was another dating app for me. To be honest, I deleted Snapchat, but you can find me on Instagram. It's very private. But it's I'm trying to look for it. I used to do a YouTube channel. I think I might go back to doing that. But
what's your YouTube channel?
Kiana Santia, and then my Instagram is Kiana.s. Yeah.
With the name spelled like that,
KIAUNNAA period S.
Okay, awesome. We'll make sure we put the links and all that down here. Congratulations, Kiana, on becoming a wife on this new journey. I believe God. I'm praying over you. Know you got a praying mama that's going to be covering you, because even though you're starting a journey, you've been with me and Daddy all your life. So baby, it's going to take work. You've been here for the ups, the downs, the ins and outs. And so I pray that our love has shown you what love really looks like. And I pray that you're able to take that into your marriage and be able to grow with you guys. Okay?
Yes.
I'm going to stop because I'm done. I'm not going to, yeah. So we thank y'all for rocking out. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for being a part of Let's Talk About It podcast. Make sure you like, you share, and share this with someone that you know that is getting ready, a parent that may be getting ready to get married, taking their baby out, or somebody that's new. Let's get married, whatever the case. Just share it. Thank you so much, Keith, for rocking out. Hold on one second. If you don't remember anything else, remember you are a product of God's grace and mercy. When you see yourself through God's eyes and not people, stay blessed. Until next time.